Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I'm the City Witch and today we're going to do an unboxing and walkthrough of the Citadel, a fantasy oracle deck. This one is by Fetz Inkwright. I hope I'm saying the name right. If not, my apologies. This is a brand new deck on the market. It's only just come out this week and I have to say so far, really super impressed with the box and what I've got. It's absolutely stunning. Check out that copper foiling on the box, absolutely beautiful. So correct me if I'm wrong guys, but I do believe the creator of this deck is a role-playing D&D player, and I think he created the deck to be used in conjunction with Dungeons and Dragons roleplay. So you can use the deck to help design your character, keep track of your character traits, where your character's been, conduct fortune telling in gameplay, and use the cards to represent items and tools that you might use along your journey. So it's supposed to be almost like a companion for Dungeons and Dragons players. However, it also doubles as a regular Oracle deck for those of us who read Oracle and Tarot decks. So I thought I'd check this out and get my hands on it and see what it's all about. So far, I'm absolutely impressed with the box. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's by Liminal 11, maybe? I don't know if that's supposed to be 1-1 or 11. And I know it was created by US Games because that's the company I bought this from. So it's called the Citadel. The Citadel is an archetypical oracle deck that is steeped in the magic of fantasy, literature and tabletop gaming. Each reading with the Citadel will take you on a new journey through the gleaming city, experiencing new places, new people and most importantly, new lessons to learn. Are you ready to take the next step on your journey? Pick up your bags, open the gates and step inside. Lovely. So it tells me straight away this is a 60 card foiled oracle deck with guidebook. Wow, 60 cards, that is massive. And then it tells me plus bonus guide for those with tabletop gaming. So you do get information in this to use it for Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop gaming as the companion that it's meant to be. So I know why you're here guys, you're here to take a look at the cards. So let's open it up and have a look. So when I open the magnetic clasp, that's what we get. And then this slides out. We have beautiful red design in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but there is an eye pattern on the inside that is open. I'm going to pop the box to one side. And then we have this inner box here, which is lovely. Look at that beautiful hair on the front. We've got a little bumblebee. Ooh, nice snake. And then another little bumblebee. Cool. And then we have our cards and guidebooks. Let's pull that out. Ooh, so we have another design in there. I hope you can see it, but there is a closed eye design in there that matches the open eye on the other side of the box. Lovely. So let's pop the cards to one side for a moment and check out the guidebook. Guidebook's lovely as well. Got some beautiful artwork on that. Looks like the guidebook is coloured, which I love. So they've put effort and spent money on this deck, clearly. So contents, it says quick reading guide, a foreword, a word from the author, your journey through the Citadel, how the Citadel works, card meanings. So it's split up into different sections. So we have the court, the academy, the crowd and the troop. Gaming with the Citadel, so that's how to use it for Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop gaming. Then we have some spreads and complementing the tarot. And then we have a quick reading guide, and it's split them up into what they are. So we have the court, we have the academy, and we have the crowd and the troop. So that makes it nice. Then we have our foreword. I'm loving the artwork and the design of this book, and it's cute that they added these little dice in it as well. A word from the author. The journey through the Citadel. How the Citadel works. So let's read that to understand this deck a little bit, shall we? So how the Citadel works. In the Citadel, each card represents an archetypical character who resides in the city, such as the champion or the poet, with a short description of what this archetype encapsulates and what message they can impart to you. Similarly to the character cards, think the king, the queens, the knights and the pages of the tarot. These cards describe people. They are designed to be interpreted broadly. They may not just refer to you or people in your life, but they may also express aspects of a situation and help you reflect on your position, what you need and how you can proceed. Like the tarot, the Citadel Oracle is segmented into suits, each suit representing a stratum of the Citadel's society, classes that populate different areas and levels of the city. Visually, you can imagine that the Citadel is built in a series of walled circles, each one joined in the next by a myriad of stairs and gateways. Each suit, and therefore social group, expresses certain themes and imparts certain messages. When it's said that it's in a citadel built with walls encircling it, so I was thinking like a pyramid with layers, and all I could think of in my head was the White City of Gondor. You know how it's split up into those sections? That's what came to mind. So what I find interesting here is we're using the common triangles used in witchcraft to represent the elements. So obviously this one here would be fire, and it says, right in the centre of the citadel, nestled amongst all the other districts, is the court. Cards in this suit represent achievement and completion, yet also unbreakable bonds and a sense of ultimate responsibility. And then here we have the symbol for air, and it says, encircling the court is the academy, representing those who flourish in acts of study and ingenuity. These cards represent learning, aspiration and development. Well, that's definitely true to the element of air. Then next we have the element of earth. The largest circle, the outermost district of the city, houses the crowd. People who know the value of a day's labour and the importance of family, either found or given. Cards in this suit represent hard work, necessity, and as well as fulfilment and community. Ooh, nice. And that would make sense as well. And then we have the water element, and it says a final suit which moves between all parts of the city is the troupe. These cards are visitors to the citadel, the artists and the creatives, folk who know how to mask their true desires in order to fit in with those around them. These are cards of self-expression and freedom, but also of doubt, inner turmoil and personal identity. So definitely the more emotional cards in the deck then. Brilliant. So I can absolutely see how they fit in with the elements. The citadel is greater than the sum of its parts. The city and you can only flourish by acknowledging and balancing the strengths and weaknesses represented by all of the suits. Nice. And then it goes into the card meanings. Obviously, I don't want to read about that just yet. So here's where we get our gaming with the citadel information, build a location, the court, the academy, troop in the crowd. So this is all your information on how to use this deck for D&D or tabletop gaming. Then we're going to go into the spreads. So here we have the court and the academy, the crowd and the troop, and then the citadel as a whole, which is quite a large reading to be fair. Then we have the sword and shield. Oh, and then we get the sword on its own and the shield on its own as well. Lovely. So we get some nice spreads in there to play around with. But let's take a look at the cards. Let's get that off. Okay, so these are the cards so far. Have to say, I really like the back. You know me guys by now. I like a back where you can't tell if it's reversed or not. And with this one, you certainly wouldn't be able to tell which way around the card was until you turned it over. So that appeals to me a lot. Let's talk cardstock. So far, pretty good. It's quite stiff at first, but it's a good quality thickness. So far I'm not unhappy with it. It does have some flexibility. Like I can move it around quite easily and play around with it. However, I wouldn't recommend being too rough. I think you would bend it and crease it. Ooh, have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't put that beautiful copper foil on the sides. I think that would have finished the deck off beautifully, especially because it's all over the box. So I would have liked to have seen that on the cards. The card shape is very unusual. It's smooth, so it's not like pointed or anything. And I was wondering if this deck was going to be difficult to shuffle or maneuver. So we'll have to try that out towards the end and see what they're like shuffling. The cards are as big as my hand, to be fair, though, so they're not small, whereas I thought they were going to be. So they're a decent size, good quality cardstock, and so far, really impressed with the back. So let's take a look at the cards themselves. Okay, so looks like, first of all, we are looking at the fire element. So I believe this was the court cards. So the first one we have is the aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Look at that, that's absolutely stunning. I'm loving that they've put foiling on each and every card. And I like that there's a small pop of colour, like that little bit of red on there. But mostly these cards are kind of this beautiful white and black colour with a little bit of the foil. Lovely. Next we have the assassin, ruthlessness, conviction. That's beautiful. Really like that card. The catalyst, radical changes take control. That's lovely as well. So far I'm really liking the design. The diviner, divine timing, evolution. The fate, accepting help, guidance. Now, I don't know if these cards have reversed meanings yet, but if this did and it came out that way, I'd be saying it's time to cut ties or cords, or someone's controlling or manipulating you, so it's time to sever that connection. Yeah, cool card. The founder, foundations, community. That's beautiful. I'm digging all the little rats there with the little tools. So one's got a sword and one's got a hammer. It's cool. I wonder if they have relevance to the card. I'll have to check that out later. The air, unseen potential, hesitation. This to me is like the Empress energy, you know, full of life and vibrancy and fertility, loads of potential, but also a bit nervous, a bit naive. The Hound, loyalty, chains, promises. Oh, wow, that card's stunning. Really love that sword there that's kind of crumbling. Beautiful. Then we have the King, control, reversal of fortune. That's interesting, isn't it? So your fortunes are about to change. So if you're currently experiencing good fortune, it could be misfortunes on its way, maybe. The Poet, relationships, vulnerability. The Queen, determination and sacrifice. The Sleeper, ooh, cause and effect, clarity. I love that. And that actually connects to the box where one half of it had the eye closed. So I'm wondering if there's going to be another card later where the eye's open as well. And they've just kind of carried on that design on the box. The Spy Master, knowledge, distrust. Ooh. I'm kind of thinking Lord Varys in Game of Thrones for this one. You know, with his little birds and his spies. Ooh, looks like I was right. We have the Waker. So this one's with the eye open, which matches the box. So awareness, reflection. To me, that's kind of a warning, this one. The Wise One, tradition, order. Okay, so we're going into a different suit now. So we are in the air suit, so the alchemist. So this makes sense because it's like science, isn't it? And you have to be quite knowledgeable, quite learned, study. Beautiful card. The acolyte, new projects, learning. This is kind of like the page, I guess, the servant, or, you know, someone that's trying to study under the one that's quite masterful. The Archer, biding your time, planning ahead. Now for me, that could also be Cupid's arrow in a love reading, or it could be that you need to be more direct, or you're not aiming for your target. Especially if it was reversed, that would be you're not aiming in the right location or at the right person, and you need to change your focus. It's also quite a disciplined skill being an archer. The Astronomer, ooh. Discovery, augury. That's a beautiful card. Really like that one. The Captain, taking command, teamwork. Okay, so reverse to me, that one could be Captain goes down with the ship. You know, this is a sinking ship and you need to jump boat. The Cartographer, a crossroads, exploration. This one for me is kind of all about direction and planning and using maps and information to plan your journey correctly. And if you're not planning it, then you should be. The Champion, achievement, downfall. That makes sense. Because you're either a winner or a loser, aren't you? You can't be a champion if you're losing all the time. The Enchanter, deception, trickery. Ooh, I'm getting very Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs vibes with the poisoned apple, which obviously the Evil Queen used that to trick Snow White to take a bite, and then she fell into her slumber. The Guide, inheritance, correction. I'm not sure I'd have gone with those on the Guide. I would have gone with, you know, like wise counsel maybe, you know, possibly leadership, but something that's a bit more about helping you on your journey, like a helping hand kind of vibe. The Orator, communication, confidence. It's beautiful. I love the skull on that one. The Patron, mentorship, finances. That's a good one to get if you had business, isn't it? Because that would imply to me you're going to get an investor or your business deal is going to go ahead. It'd be like good news. Or if it was reversed, bad news. The Priest, perseverance, faith. Tripping over my words there. Sorry, guys. The Scholar, investigation, research. I'm really digging the book on that. That's absolutely beautiful. The Sentinel, determination, certainty. That's beautiful. Wow. That to me could also be an obstacle, something blocking your path before you can get to what you want. The Warrior, perfectionism, burnout. I love that card. That's beautiful. Look at all the different weapons on that. That is stunning. Wow. Okay, so it looks like we're going into a new suit. Yep. So the Botanist, parenthood, legacy. So this one is the earth element and makes sense with the Botanist card. That's a beautiful card. The Forgotten, missed opportunities, fear of failure. Wow, I think that's the plainest card we've come across so far. The Gambler, loss and risk. Wow. Oh, that's a beautiful card. Look at this one, the Hunter, sure-footedness, predestination. Oh, that's a beautiful. Look at that deer skull. It's amazing. The Merchant, self-worth, trade. This could also be balance and fair exchange as well. We're still in the same suit, aren't we? Yeah. The Miser, stubbornness, inflexibility. See, I kind of feel like that's the stranger, like an unknown element to the situation. The Muse, generosity, naivety. The Pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. Wow. That's also a really cool looking card. The Pilgrim, opportunities, growth. Yeah, like you're going on a pilgrimage. And that could be emotional or physical or mental. The Sailor, new influences, wanderlust. So travel, adventure. The Shepherd, celebration, family. That's beautiful. Look at the horns on that. Stunning. The Smith, overthinking, taking action. I would have said strength for that as well. The Thief. Wow, look at that. That's got to be one of my favourite cards so far. That's beautiful. So the Thief says, seizing the moment, selfishness. And here's the thing, guys. It's okay on the odd occasion to be selfish with your time, your money, with your energy. The Vengeance. Overcoming slight, a choice. So it could weigh you down. Hence the Anchor. The Walker. The Unknown, a journey. It's pretty. Okay, so we're going into a new suit. So this one is Water. The Adventurer, responsibility, expectations. The Brawler, lack of empathy, confrontation. Wow. Imagine if you got this with the Warrior card as well. It's a lot of aggressive energy. Chiromancer, delivering news, collaboration. So this is kind of like, what do the fates have in store? What path are you currently on? The Dancer, self-expression, strength. Wow. The Herald, small regrets, longing. Loving the snakes on that one, and the moon. The Masquerade, hiding your true self, projection. Yeah. So for me, this one's like a sneaky card because you're hiding who you really are. You don't want people to see it, perhaps. The Musician, inspiration, gratitude. I'd have gone with song or voice, like finding your voice. The Painter, productivity, creation. Wow, look at the red on that. Kind of reminds me of a Japanese kimono. The Puppeteer, explanations, apologies. See, I'd have gone with control or manipulation for that one. The Runaway, secrets, running from problems. And again, if that was reversed, it could be entrapment or being caged. The Storyteller, viewpoints, control. Yeah, because you do control the narrative when you're a storyteller, and no one likes to paint themselves as the villain. They all like to be the hero in their story. The Tailor, attention to detail, pride. This also could be weaving, mending, kind of like almost a healer energy. The Twins, self-protection, dual nature. Okay, so kind of like the light and the dark aspect. Yin-yang energy. The Weaver, rediscovery, transition. And then the last card we have is the Witch, experimentation, rebellion. It's a beautiful card for the Witch. And there we have it, guys. So that is all of our cards. So let's go ahead and give it a quick shuffle. So actually, I mean, it's pretty easy to shuffle. I thought it would be awkward because of the shape, but it's really not. It's got a beautiful flow to it. The cards sit nicely in my hand. Yeah, overall, really liking the deck. Ooh, the Waker. So that's kind of what I got. So shall we see what that means? So let's see. So it's part of the court, isn't it? Assuming that means it's on page 50. Yeah, so the Waker. Two siblings sit in a room, one sleeping and the other awake. Neither moves, neither addresses you, but when you speak, their words are pure prophecy. The Waker is a keeper of knowledge, the one who sees all with an unblinking eye. They see everything that happens in the world and all that will come to pass, but are blinded from self-understanding. Right now, it's important to practice awareness of your surroundings. Current events and the lives of those around you can be overwhelming, but you're only ever seeing part of the story. The ability to think critically and ask key questions is an important skill. Be perceptive about the situation happening around you and trust your own gut before acting. Inner and outer events are all connected. Ooh. Cool. And it also has reversed meaning, guys, so you can go ahead and mix your cards up and do reverse meanings with this deck. Brilliant. So I have to say, I'm really quite impressed with this deck. I really like it. So easily for me, apart from, you know, them not choosing to do the foiling on the edges, I really like how it looks. I really like how it feels. I really like its energy. I think the artwork is absolutely beautiful, and I can absolutely see how this would work really well as an oracle. And it's very beginner friendly as well. And I think it would make an excellent deck for a Dungeons & Dragons or tabletop player. No problem, because that's what it was originally designed for after all. So yeah, so absolutely love this deck. For me, easily, I think this would be a good solid 9 out of 10. I think it's stunning, and they've put a lot of energy and money into this deck, and it does really show. So big thumbs up from me. So thank you very much for watching till the end, guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to click the bell and give me a big thumbs up. And YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out when you do that. If you do engage with my channel and leave some comments, that does help me as a creator to get bumped up further up the algorithm. So thank you very much for your help and support. If you'd like to book me for any tarot or oracle readings, or if you'd like to book any of my magical services, you can do that through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and via email, and all the links are provided. If you'd like to support me and my humble channel, you can do that with my Amazon wishlist or my Patreon, and both links are provided for you guys. Thank you very much for watching and supporting me, and I will see you soon. Blessed be.